Boys, today it is my honor to present to you the 10 greatest characters of all time. So let's get into it without further ado. And at number 10, we have the Italian stallion, Rocky. Everyone loves Rocky Balboa, one of the greatest American heroes of all time, truly a legendary figure and the icon of never giving up, believing in yourself, and pumping full of steroids. Honestly, I salute this man. Rocky, you have a place in all of our hearts, buddy. Now, if you've been watching for a little bit, this is, I believe, the 5th day of Jed Week. This is the 5th video I've uploaded this week. It's a Friday, I believe, if you're watching this the day it came out. And you might be wondering, Jedwerd, your hair is significantly shorter than it used to be. In fact, it is completely different than it used to be. And yeah, I know, I lost my lion's mane. You might be wondering, Jedwerd, how'd you lose that? How'd you lose that beautiful hair? How'd you lose that Aslan-like mane you had? It was wonderful. I greatly enjoyed it. I watched your videos for it. I know, I'm sad too, dear viewer. The answer will be explained in this next slide. So let's just put on the headphones, move the webcam back to the top right. Yep, there you go, but big guy, sit over there for me. There you go. And let's enjoy this video. Well, I guess there's no time like the present. Oh, how ominous. All right. Boys, thank you for 100,000 subscribers, and here's to 1 million more. It truly, it's the people you love most, boys. Those are the ones who get the most hurt. But yeah, I hit 100,000 subscribers, and I foolishly promised my audience, my subscribers, that I would shave my head. So I did. I'm a man of my word, to quote the Joker. So here we are. And now I look like Sid from Toy Story, and I don't want to see a single comment about that. I got too much in my live stream. Anyway, we're moving on to number 9, the 9th best character of all time, and there's no one else than Jack Sparrow, Captain Jack Sparrow. I love Jack Sparrow. Jack Sparrow is one of the most iconic characters to ever exist. Like, everyone knows him. He carried the Pirates of the Caribbean trilogy on his back. Oh shoot, I need to move my webcam down. You guys probably didn't even know it was Jack Sparrow. There you go, back down to the bottom, buddy. Jack Sparrow. The only reason that Jack Sparrow is so successful is because of Johnny Depp. He really owes it all to Johnny Depp, and the Pirates of the Caribbean franchise owes it all to Jack Sparrow. I mean, this guy carried it on his shoulders through like 3 terrible movies. Like the last 3, unpopular opinion, are pretty trash. They're not that good. And now it's time to move on to number 8. Number 8 is the one and only Tony Stark. Now I know, it might be a little sacrilegious to put him this low, but that's just what I think. It's my personal opinion. It's not that he's low per se, it's that everyone else on this list is high. Does that make sense? Is that like kind of compute in your brains? Robert Downey Jr. makes the man. Just as Johnny Depp makes Jack Sparrow, Robert Downey Jr. makes Iron Man. It's like poetry, it rhymes, to quote George Lucas in every interview he's ever been in. Next, we have the one, the only, Indiana Jones. Boys, I think this is my 5th video in Jed Week. Yeah, 5th. I think Indiana Jones has been in every single list. I freaking love Indiana Jones. He's phenomenal. I grew up on this guy. Harrison Ford kills it. Harrison Ford makes him great. I love it. What's so great about Indiana Jones is that they're just the best adventure stories you'll ever find ever. They're so classic. They're iconic. Everyone in the world knows them. Unfortunately, it kind of gets dragged down a little bit by his last 2. I just don't like seeing an old Indiana Jones. The problem with Crystal Skull and Dial of Destiny was, first of all, not great plots that kind of relied a bunch on aliens and time travel, 2 themes which did not need to be applied to simple adventure stories of gold hunting and the Holy Grail and the Ark of the Covenant. Didn't need to be. It really didn't need to be. But also, the problem was that I didn't want to see my hero of my childhood, be turned into an old man who hobbles around and gets upstaged by unfunny British women. Hi, we meet again. It's editor Jedwerd here. I was just editing this part of the video, and I noticed that it kind of looks like I'm saying the bad part is that she's a woman in Indiana Jones. I'm not saying that at all. I do not care that she's a woman. Does not matter to me at all. That's not my problem with her. My problem with her is that she's British. Indiana Jones is number 7, but he's still awesome. I mean, hey, nothing but respect for this guy. Freaking love it. In fact, boys, I have a hat very similar to his, which I'll put on for the rest of the video to cover up my buzz cut. Now that I thought of that, what a freaking great idea, Jedwerd. You're a genius. All right, boys, pretend I don't have camouflage pajama pants on. But you're about to see, basically, the next Indiana Jones. That's me. Snakes. Why'd it have to be snakes? Anyway, let's move on. Let's move on to number 6. And at number 6, we got Saul Goodman, otherwise known as Jimmy McGill, if you actually watch the show. If you watch the show, you know that Saul Goodman is one of the most complex characters of all time. Boys, the amount of freaking video essays I keep seeing on this guy, and to be fair, watching, are kind of insane. If I type in Saul Goodman video essay, I'm pretty sure it'll give me like an organized list from like A to Z, because there's just so many. How Jimmy McGill evolves, unprecedented miracle, analyzing evil, did it better, good realizes a lie. Oh, this is just a Moist Critical video talking about which one's better, Better Call Saul or Breaking Bad. But still, you get the picture. There's so many video essays out there, and I've got to be honest, I've watched a lot of them. I freaking love Jimmy McGill / Saul. And I'm a big fan. I think he's a good character. I think he's very well done. And he's not the last character from the Breaking Bad universe to be featured on this list. I'll say that right now. Keep your eyes out for that. Anyway, next up at number 5, we have one of the most legendary characters ever. Someone who went from gray to white. It's none other than Gandalf the Grey, now turned Gandalf the White, otherwise known as, oh, frick, boys, what do the elves call him? I look like a fake poser nerd. Mithrandir, known to the elves as Mithrandir, the Grey Pilgrim. I freaking love Gandalf. Gandalf is awesome. In Tolkien's own word, Gandalf is an angel. That is his role in Lord of the Rings. He's an angel to everyone who needs him. He's always great. He's always awesome. He's got some great humor. Boys, I'm not even joking. One of the lines I use from Gandalf to this day in almost every circumstance is, "Fool of a took." I've been called slurs that have hurt less than "fool of a took." I gotta be honest. It's a pretty good way to hurt someone's feelings and make them feel bad about themselves. And you call them a fool of a took. So, that is all the reasons Gandalf is at number 5. Freaking love Gandalf, and just like Better Call Saul, he will most likely not be the only Lord of the Rings character to appear on this list. I wonder who the other one could be. Curious, very curious. Anyway, let's move on to number 4. Number 4, and that, of course, is the one, the only Anakin Skywalker. One of the most legendary characters in all of cinema, hands down. Freaking love this guy. He's great, he's phenomenal, and he's the sole reason that Star Wars exists. Anakin Skywalker is the only reason that Star Wars is a thing in the first place. Because if you didn't know, Star Wars, at least episodes 1 through 6, which are the only good Star Wars, so it makes sense, are the story of the rise, fall, and rise again of Anakin Skywalker. The tragedy of Darth Vader, as George Lucas likes to call it. So, Anakin Skywalker you cannot ignore. He is the greatest character in Star Wars, in my opinion. He is the ultimate character in cinema. But now that I'm looking at him, boys, the real question I have is, how would he look with a hat? Let's go figure that out. All right, boys, let's now for the real test. Yep, it's me. Easy clap. Sorry, young Skywalker. Job well done on my part. Boys, turns out I can rock a hat better than Hayden Christensen can. Sucks to be you, Anakin. And we're moving on to number 3. And number 3, it's Aragorn. It's Strider. I freaking love Aragorn. Aragorn is one of the best characters in all of cinema. Hands down. I mean, all these people are. We're at the top 3 now, so all these people are going to be freaking great. But Aragorn is a true role model of a character. I saw a video essay a while ago that I'm sure a lot of you guys have seen because it's pretty popular. But it was like, I can't remember exactly what it's called. I'll put the picture here. But it was like how Aragorn defines masculinity, or the masculinity of Aragorn, something like that. It was really good. As a man, I greatly enjoyed it. I thought it was a good video, and I thought it was a lot of tips and tricks. I don't know, that may be a bad way to define masculinity. But regardless, Aragorn's great. All right, we are in the final 2 now. The final countdown, some would say. And at number 2, we have the one, the only Heisenberg. It's Walter White. I love Walter White. Walter White is one of the best written characters in all of cinema. Hands down. Especially TV shows. I mean, in TV shows, the competition's a lot less fierce. Walter White is phenomenal. I think he might be one of the only characters who has as many video essays about him as Saul Goodman does. That's a genuine fact. I think Saul Goodman had like 35 million. Walter White probably got 36 million, to be honest. Vince Gilligan did him so well, and his character arc throughout the show was incredible. Anyway, boys, before we go on to number 1, and I promise number 1 you are not expecting. I actually swear to you that you will not expect it, so stick around for that. But before we get there, boys, I have a shocking revelation for you. A shocking revelation. Actually, I have 2 shocking revelations, 2. First of all, Cloud over here can actually rock the hat as well, if not better than I can. I gotta be honest. I think it's pretty good. Oh no. Oh no. Boys, he's not supposed to bend like this. Something's wrong. No! Please, anything but this. All right, you know what? We'll fix this. I have a solution. I have a plan. The answer, I believe, is to put this cardboard on top and balance it, and then never move him ever again. Or actually, maybe a harder task than that. Never stab him with Sting again. Which is gonna, boys, that was a challenge for me. I love stabbing Cloud with Sting, but now I guess those days are over. Unfortunate. You hate to see it. Anyway, that was the first realization, or I can't remember what word I used a couple minutes ago, but that was the first thing I wanted to tell you. The second was this. Under my face cam right now, I have a little secret, and it's called the subscribe button. Boys, I hid it in the PowerPoint because I always do that. You gotta hide it in the presentation somehow. Look, only a small percentage of you are actually subscribed to the channel. And look, it really meant a lot to me if you hit that subscribe button. This is day 5 of Joe Week now, so that means I posted 5 videos in the past week, and I just know, in my heart of hearts, I just know that one of you out there in YouTube land has watched every single day of Joe Week, enjoyed every single day, and is still not subscribed. Go check right now. Just check. Sometimes YouTube unsubscribes you. Go see if you're subscribed. I'd really appreciate it. It helped me out. Thank you very much. And now, on to number 1. The greatest character of all time in all of cinema. Boys, you're not gonna expect this one. It's the one, the only Batman. I know. Drop the hat. Whoa. It's Batman. Now let me explain. Batman is one of the greatest characters to ever exist, and for one reason alone. He has so many iterations, and so many of them are so good. The Dark Knight, Robert Pattinson, Batman the Animated Series, all the Kevin Conroy Batmans, video games, he has so many good video games, animated shows, so many animated shows. He is such a consistently good character throughout all of them. He's the best superhero by far, hands down. He has some of the best villains in the game. Boys, no one's got better villains than Batman. No one. You can't name one. And finally, Batman's been my childhood hero ever since I was like 4, boys. I grew up with Batman. I grew up with all the iterations of Batman. I love him so much. He's my favorite character in all of cinema at this point. Anyway, boys, if you like this video where I found the 10 best characters of all time, you'll love tomorrow's video, which you can watch right here, where I found the 10 best villains of all time. It's really good. I'm really proud of it, and I think you'll really like it. Thanks for watching, and be sure to subscribe. Catch you on the next one.